Hey everybody, so welcome to the channel. This is Anish back at you. So I'm really happy to say that we are in week 6 at this point, and there is quite a lot of things going on with respect to my machine learning training. But we did complete the application with the DID app, at least to a level that is acceptable. And I showed you a video of how to generate the outcome, and tomorrow again, I will go ahead, or maybe later today, I will go ahead and actually show a demo of how I generate the videos and using the DID app. But my real interest is in training a model and coming up with an outcome. So right now, that is what I'm trying to do. Is these are some of the packages that I'm using: the Hugging Face, the Transformers Diffuser, and the Accelerate. And so I'm training it on SageMaker, and the job is called Hyperparameter Tuning Job. But it is becoming increasingly difficult. I'm doing it on spot instances. Everything looks correct, but I'm having a little bit of trouble making it work. There's a lot of tensor. How do I call it, mismatches. And so what I'm planning to do is hopefully if this training works, then I'll be good to go. But if not, I'll probably have to do the DID and call it an application for this week. By the way, if you forgot the application, it is trying to take a prompt and then give an output of a 1 minute video where I am teaching, where my face and my gestures and all these different things are being learned, and out comes the output. And so it's very different from an avatar. And I hope you're all looking forward and wishing me best on doing the machine learning part, training part, or fine tuning part, I should say. So with that, I just really wanted to, this being Fun Friday, kind of introduce you to Bedrock. I have kind of been doing all these projects, and maybe I didn't explain too many things to everyone, or it got hidden. So, Bedrock is this service on AWS that hosts tons of foundation models, LLMs, everything else. And so, if I go in here into the console and go into Bedrock, you can find lots of models on AWS. And so I use all of them because Bedrock is a serverless service, and only when I have an API call to a model is it going to be charging me. And so here you can see that I have tons of different foundation models, and then I can split them by ones that can give me text and vision. For example, that's where I use Claude a lot. The Claude Opus 4.1 came up also nice. So 4, Sonnet 4, 3.7. For example, Kiro, I have always found Claude 3.7 to be more stable than Claude 4. But for my API calls, again, I use 3.7 because I find it to be more stable. But these are all models that you can use for text to vision, for example, text and vision, not text to vision, and all these other different models. And you can see the LLMs are quite large in numbers. And so you can go into the model catalog and actually look at all the different models that are present on Claude, and you can test all these models in the chat playground. And this is a very useful compare mode where you can select one model and select another model. For example, I can select, Anthropic, and let's say one of these models, Claude Opus 4. Let's try this 4.1. I have to request access and then compare it with, I think, Meta something I have, or maybe I haven't enabled everything, so I can compare it with this is Claude 3.7, and then I can compare it with Claude. Let's do Sonnet to be one on one, and you can see here that tell me good restaurants in Seattle, something like this. And then you can specify all the parameters here like top P, top K, the temperature. Temperature 1 is super high, so let's make it zero point 0.7, for example, and let's make this zero point 0.7 as well. And then you can see how these different models come up with the output for you to decide, hey, Claude Sonnet 4 comes up with something better than Claude 3.7 Sonnet, or the other way around, or they are probably similar to each other. Again, the chat playground also takes a bit of time, but it is hitting the APIs and coming up with the output. While this is happening, let me show you how to get model access. And right now, like you saw, I had Claude 3.7 and Claude 4.0. So model getting those model access is not automatic. So you have to go down here to model access and then go into modify model access and then choose whatever models you wanted. So DeepSeek, if you want, you can choose. Some of them it asks you to give you a use case. Amazon, for example, Amazon the text embeddings, that's a very nice model for embeddings. And let's say I wanted llama or something like that. I'll choose this, and then all that's going to do is it's going to take a minute, but you can see here Nova Titan gave access, so that means I can use Nova Titan. The last thing I do want to mention is this very tricky thing where usually we use all of this for inference, everyone. And so the model name, if you go into the model catalog, for example, and go into one of these models. So let me maybe go into one of Anthropic Claude and let me go to 4.1. So there is a model ID, and you'll see the kind of API call that you have to make to be able to access the model. So here is the model ID, okay? But I should really mention that for inference, that is incorrect, okay? Please remember this. For inference, you want to go here into cross-region inference and choose this to be the model ID, okay? So this is what you want to be copying, and then you use the invoke model API to be able to come up with the output. Okay, so when I go into the model catalog and let's say I go into one of these models, Claude Opus, you can see here in the bottom they give code examples, and you can use those code examples to be able to get the outcome. Okay, so here, like you see, inference parameters and response they have actually added, but I showed you where to get the model ID. Okay, so if you look at the code example, you can see this is the API we call the most with the invoke model. So let me go into Python. So you can see here the model ID. This is not the one for inference. Okay, the one for inference is what I showed you. So go here and you can go here, so you can see it's us.anthropic and something something, okay, or us.anthropic, whereas in this code example it actually gives you anthropic.cloud. So this is one big tip that I wanted to give you with respect to calling the Bedrock model and the Bedrock model ID, and how do you get access to different models. Once you get access, only when you make an API call are you going to be charged for it. If not, you're not going to be charged. So hopefully this was a fun video and really useful. I'm planning to make one more fun video today, and unfortunately, I'm not able to have any guest today to have a small interview, but I'll try to get someone. But if not, I'll see you next week with definitely with someone that can help me out with an interview. With that, have a good rest of your day, everyone, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.